What's up, guys? Your favorite furry, whatever you want to call me, on the internet. I don't really care. But, we're gonna go back to our previous style of videos where it's just kind of some background gameplay while I speak through over the gameplay's shitty audio, and obviously try to keep you off of focusing on my terrible gameplay. Well, welcome to another debatably quality video by me, and let's talk about deceptive dev practices in the development community of games, with especially the main core focus being Battlegrounds, and also PewDiePie saying the N-word with the Firewatch developers' response. So let's get right into it.
What's up, guys? The narrator here, and today we're going to be doing another reading scripts and fan fictions that fans have sent me, and then I'll proceed to bitch on Twitter and other places to my friends and people I hate that it takes hours and hours to edit a 5-minute script. So let's get right into this. Wait. Hold up. Hey, am I the narrator? No, my face does not look like a pepperoni pizza. This is awkward. Cut!
So if you live under a rock or something like that, you would probably have not heard about this, or if you don't focus on YouTube drama or don't really care about PewDiePie, that I don't blame you, but I enjoy my fair share of watching YouTube drama. So anyway, PewDiePie was streaming some Battlegrounds, and well, he shot at someone and they didn't die for a number of shots, and he dropped the hard R in the N-word, or just basically said, because I really don't care about monetization, he just said nigger right out of the bat, didn't even hesitate on it. But then as soon as he said it, he had realized his mistake, and was like, oh my god, oh crap, and about 2 days later he almost slipped up. Almost. But this leads to the deceptive advertising of developers, where developers of Firewatch, a indie game that developed about a guy who goes and becomes a forest ranger for a summer, and bunch of mystery shit goes down, and long story short, very odd at the least. Very good game, but they tried to say, well, we don't support PewDiePie saying the N-word on his stream, so we're gonna DMCA take down all of his videos because we don't want him to represent our company and profit off of our game's name and all that. And shortly after that, they actually had that developer revoke that statement, saying, well, we've probably made a lot more off of him than he's made off of us, and that's a given. YouTube at that time was about, per 1,000 view, or 100,000 views, about $1,000. He got 5.7 million views at the time of those tweets being dropped, and so they revoked their statement and probably yelled at that developer for trying to come out and say that he's going to DMCA take down PewDiePie's videos. Well, long story short, PewDiePie wasn't having it, and he privated or took down the video himself, so it's no longer available on YouTube. Probably a re-upload is available somewhere, but definitely it's not on his channel anymore. But this leads to a couple other points I'm gonna bring out, along with one of them being Dr. Disrespect and Battlegrounds. Surprisingly, with the PewDiePie incident, Battlegrounds didn't have anything to say. The developers there banned Dr. Disrespect for simply team killing someone. Yes, it is against their TOS to team kill people in your queue, but it's part of his character and his persona online. And well, that's just one of the things. They banned him, and then they went into this huge Twitter beef with him, or with Dr. Disrespect on, of course, Twitter, because tweeting and all that shit, and best place to have beef between developers. And they tried to say, well, we don't give a fuck who you are, we're gonna ban you and you're not gonna be unbanned. They didn't give him any, like, say, just don't do it again and we'll unban you after a 7-day ban period or something. It just said, you're permanently gone, don't come back to our game ever, don't stream it, don't upload it to YouTube because we'll ban those accounts too, basically, is what they implied, I'm assuming. But then we had other situations of developers trying to poke their name out when something controversial happens with a large YouTuber like PewDiePie or a large Twitch streamer like Dr. Disrespect, where they, of course, come out with this asinine statement, but this statement gets media attention and proceeds to grow their following and get their name out of there in the open without having to promote their game by giving free game codes to YouTubers and Twitch streamers. And it's extremely deceptive because it's basically them trying to start some shit without actually probable cause. For example, Battlegrounds developers again, they proceeded to ban temporarily 2 players for 7 days off of allegations by a C9 member, I think it was Summit, of stream sniping. They took some logs of these 2 players' positions on servers, like which IP address servered, or which servers they were on, and they had followed Summit and a few other members in that stream, probably trying to follow their favorite Twitch streamer to get a chance to kill him or see him in game or something like that. I don't know, but the Battlegrounds developers proceeded to ban these 2 individuals based off the allegations by Summit immediately screaming out as soon as he got killed, "What the hell? That's stream sniping. That's stream sniping." And this seems extremely incorrect by the Battlegrounds developers. I think this is like the second controversial decision they've had, but it also gets them a shit ton of media attention by reporters like Richard Lewis, that I recommend you check out his channel, by the way. Really good if you're into esports news. But also, it just shows that they don't give a fuck who they're dealing with. And when the Firewatch developer retracted his statement about he's going to DMCA PewDiePie's videos because he doesn't want him profiting off of the Firewatch game, that's actually incorrect. He made a little bit of money off of it, around $500,000, I would say. But the reason I played Firewatch is I saw Mortal HD's videos on it, and I was like, damn, that game looks good. We as consumers are heavily influenced by our favorite YouTubers. We see them have a fun time in a game, The Last of Us, Counter-Strike, Battlefield, Call of Duty, even if that's your cup of tea, and of course Firewatch and other indie games that don't really have too much attention. The Culling was brought to my attention by a YouTuber, The Chosen One Inc., I believe, and Lawbreakers kind of flopped, even though Jack Frags promoted the shit out of it. And I played it a little bit in the beta when it was closed. NVIDIA sent a bunch of people codes, and somehow they chose me to give me one. But anyway, this kind of shows a deceptive practice in the development community by trying to get your name out in a controversial subject such as PewDiePie dropping the N-word, or the largest Twitch streamer of Battlegrounds at the time team killing someone in front of 20,000 viewers plus however many other viewers were watching other members in his queue. And it just shows a lack of honor and respect for the people who are promoting these games adamantly by making it look fun and entertaining. And it really should stop, because it's not healthy for the community. The developers, of course, eventually are going to get screwed over by it, and obviously PewDiePie wasn't having any of the Firewatch game shit, and Dr. Disrespect kind of said fuck you to the Battlegrounds developers. And well, I don't know what happened with the Summit situation with the stream sniping allegations, but from my understanding, everyone's kind of forgotten about that, and maybe those players just moved on to a different game or went back to CSGO. Yet Battlegrounds, again, is one of the fastest growing games on Steam, outmatching and dethroning Dota 2 from its #1 placeholder after like 4 years of being #1. It's very interesting to see such a new indie game grow this much, but it's also thanks to the following of YouTubers and Twitch streamers who have heavily switched their content from CSGO, that the statistics have proven that a sizable portion of the Battlegrounds players that play a lot were at one given point playing over 50% more than the average CSGO players, or logging a shit ton of games basically a week, and then now they're playing like 30% less CSGO. And it's definitely a very interesting game, but I still think it has a lot of flaws, and it's extremely broken in a lot of areas. And I think that the Battlegrounds developers are pushing their full release that I believe I've heard about. They want to full release it and get into other platforms like Xbox and PlayStation that I don't think this game will really work in, along with them trying to get an esports following that, again, probably won't work because a 100 player server in an esports setting is not very acceptable, or it's not very interesting for a long period of time. Maybe occasionally it'll be cool, but for example, the advantage Call of Duty and Counter-Strike have, I'm not going to mention Battlefield because it's hardly an esport, but the advantage those have is it's a Call of Duty's 6v6 and Counter-Strike's 5v5. It's a very fast-paced game, very interesting, entertaining to watch, with the nuttiest moments you can happen on streams of pro players in CS:GO, and just a very fast-paced game in Call of Duty. They both require high amount of skill and high amount of attention at that level. And with various games trying to push their developers to get in on these controversial subjects that of banning someone for an asinine thing as a team kill. Yes, it is against the TOS, but a permanent ban like that without any kind of appeal or something, and then trying to flex your muscles on Twitch or on Twitter, is definitely something that kind of shows a whole load of horse shit. So guys, in the comments below, I'd like to hear your opinions on this subject. I'm going to hope to get back to some newer content styles that are a little bit more entertaining to edit and all that, and also more entertaining for you to watch than me just talking into a microphone. So tell me what you think about the developers using these deceptive practices for promoting their game, because the media is going to hook onto this shit, especially with PewDiePie, because we saw how the Wall Street Journal basically ruined YouTube with just a couple articles with a bunch of false information about PewDiePie. And so let's leave it at that, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, smack that like button with your cock or elongated clitoris or whatever you have, your attack helicopter blades or missiles or whatever. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. Happy gaming, and peace.